Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 where we're going to get stuck into calculating the volume of prisms. So please write up this learning goal for today to begin with. To start though, I want you to complete these 2 warm-up questions calculating the total surface area of these 2 shapes. So on the left we have a triangular prism and on the right we have a half cylinder. Please complete your working out and upload it to the OneNote. Remember, it will sync eventually. So pause this now and have a go at those warm-up problems and don't forget your units at the end. All right, let's get stuck into the volume of prisms. Now, we need to recall from last year that volume is measured in units cubed, okay? It describes the number of cubic units that fit inside a 3D object. So when we're talking about volume, we're talking about in 3D. All right, so it's really important that we remember we always have a little cubed on all of the different types of volume units. Also a bit of a reminder here of how to convert between millimeters cubed, centimeters cubed, and so on. Normally when we convert from millimeters over to centimeters, we need to divide by we need to divide by 10. All right, but in this case, we're going to divide by 10 cubed because we need to do that for each dimension that we're working in. Centimeters to meters, normally we divide by 100, and in this case, we're going to divide by 100 cubed. And meters to kilometers, we normally divide by 1,000, but in this case, it's 1,000 cubed. Working the other way, if we are going to convert from kilometers cubed to meters cubed, normally from kilometers to meters, we times by 1,000, but because we're working in 3D, it's 1,000 cubed. So we can fill in meters cubed to centimeters cubed, we multiply by 100 cubed, and centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed, we multiply by 10 cubed. So let's do an example here where we need to convert 2.5 meters cubed to centimeters cubed and 458 millimeters cubed to centimeters cubed. Well, if we have a look at our conversion chart above, to get from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, we need to multiply by 100 cubed. And that gives us the answer of 2 million centimeters cubed. So in other words, 2.5 meters cubed is 2 million centimeters cubed. Now, you need to recall, or you don't need to recall, but if you can, you might be able to recall our scientific notation. From term 1, we can also write this answer as 2 by 10 to the power of 6 centimeters cubed. You're not required to do that. It's just if you would like to write this in a slightly more presentable manner, you can write that in scientific notation. Let's do the next one now. All right, so we've got 458 millimeters cubed. Converting that to centimeters cubed, we need to divide by 10 cubed. All right, we pop that in our calculator, we end up with the answer 0.458 centimeters cubed. All right, so that's how we convert between units of volume. Moving on now. If we are trying to find the volume of any given prism, we have a general rule, and it states that V is equal to the area of the base of the prism multiplied by the height of the prism. Now here we've got an example of what a base looks like. Now a base can also be thought of as a cross section. So the cross section of any shape is the part where when you keep slicing that shape, you get that same shape each time. So if we keep slicing this prism down here, down here, down here, we're constantly going to get this trapezium. Even with this love heart based shape, all right, if we keep slicing parallel all the way down that shape, we're constantly going to get that love heart. So if we know the area of the base, the area of this trapezium, which you know how to calculate from last term, or the area of this love heart, you just multiply that by the height of the object, and that's going to give you the volume. So we have 3 examples here now that we're going to do. We're going to calculate the base and multiply it by the height of the prism. So let's get started with A. It's always important that we write our formula to begin with. So volume equals area of base times height. The area of the base in this case is just going to be a square, which is 1 times 1. Multiply that by the height, and we get the volume for A, that square base prism on the left, is simply 3 centimeters cubed. Moving on to question B, we're told that the area of this love heart is 10 centimeters squared. That's nice because otherwise it would be very difficult to work out. So we write our general formula. Volume is the area of the base times height. So you've noticed here I've just dropped the multiply. That's fine. We don't have to write that every time. 10 multiplied by the height of 5 gives us 50 centimeters cubed. Finally, we have a triangular based prism over here on the right. Now we need to calculate ourselves the area of this base. So good thing we know how to find the area of a triangle. So the area of a triangle is a half base times perpendicular height. I'm going to write a capital H there because I don't want to confuse it with my height, little h of the prism. So that's a half times 4 times 3. So that's the area of the triangular base times 6, the height of the prism. And pop all that in my calculator and I get that the volume of C is 36 meters cubed. So guys, what I want you to do now is head to exercise 5G and have a go at any 3 questions in question 4 that you like. 5A, 6B, 7D, question 11, and if you want a bit of a challenge, head to question 16. Remember, you can email me if you have